Nowhere is leadership more missing because, you know, in the end, that is what leadership is. What is leadership? It is challenging the status quo. Nowhere is leadership more necessary than in the world today because when America is not leading, the world is a very dangerous and a very tragic place. I know more world leaders on the stage today than anyone else running, with the possible exception of Hillary Clinton, only I didn't do photo ops. I've sat very close to Vladimir Putin, had a long conversation with him, and if you've spent any time with him at all, you know that he will not be dissuaded by a gimmicky red reset button. I have sat in Bibi Netanyahu's office and talked with him 5 years ago in a private meeting about the danger that Iran represents. I have done business with Chinese leadership for decades. I know all of our Arab allies, leaders all throughout this world. And so, ladies and gentlemen, on day one in the Oval Office, I would make two very important phone calls, important in and of themselves and important as symbols as well. The first phone call would be to Bibi Netanyahu to reassure him the United States of America will stand with the State of Israel. That phone call is important in and of itself, but guess what? Every ally we have in this nation looks at the disrespect with which we are treating Israel, and they wonder how much their own friendship with us is worth. And the second phone call I would make is to the supreme leader of Iran. He might not take my phone call, but he would get the message. And the message would be this: New Deal. New Deal. Whatever the deal is, you got a new deal. And it is this: until and unless you open up every nuclear facility to full, unfettered, anytime, anywhere inspections, until you open up every uranium enrichment facility to the same, we will make it as difficult as possible for you to move money around the global financial system. We can do that. Once again, a phone call important in and of itself, but a phone call that reaches every adversary we have in this world and says, the United States of America will confront our adversaries. By the way, I wouldn't call Vladimir Putin at all. We've talked way too much to him. Instead, what I would do is just begin quickly, urgently, rebuilding the Sixth Fleet, rebuilding the missile defense program, conducting military exercises in the Baltics, and arming the Ukrainians. And finally, with regard to ISIS, you know, President Obama and Secretary of State Clinton, they are continuing a false choice in front of us. The false choice is this: it takes tens of thousands of boots on the ground if you don't agree with us. It's simply untrue. We have a lot of allies in the Arab world that understand this is their fight. They have asked us for very specific things. King Abdullah of Jordan, a man I've known for a long time, is asking us for bombs and materiel. We have not provided them. The Kurds have asked us to arm them. We have not done it. The Egyptians are asking us to share intelligence. We are not. Instead of holding a Camp David summit to talk about a bad deal with Iran, I would hold a Camp David summit with our Arab allies and ask them what they need from us to fight this fight and defeat this evil once and for all. We need someone in the Oval Office who understands how the economy works, who understands how the world works and who's in it, who understands how bureaucracies work because our government has become one giant, bloated, unaccountable bureaucracy, who understands how technology works because technology is a tool. And most importantly of all, we need someone who understands what leadership is. It is a leader's job to challenge the status quo. Leadership is not about power. It is not about position. It is not about title. It is not about living at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. The highest calling of leadership is to unlock potential in others, and now we need a leader who will unlock the potential of this great nation. And let us acknowledge, ladies and gentlemen, that people of sincere faith make better leaders, because our faith gives us humility. We know that no one of us is any better than any other one of us. Our faith gives us empathy. We know that every one of us can fall and each of us can be redeemed. And our faith gives us optimism. We know that things can be better. Every problem we have is self-inflicted. Every wound we can be healed. But we need leadership and we need citizenship. I think every day, as I know you do, as I travel this country, I sense deep disquiet. People feel we are losing something. And so I think every day when I talk to the people of this great nation, of the nation we can be and must be. And I think of Lady Liberty and Lady Justice, so conjure them up in your mind. Picture Lady Liberty. She stands tall and strong. She is clear-eyed and resolute. She does not shield her eyes from the realities of the world, but she faces outward into the world, which is the way America must always face, and she holds her torch high because she knows she is a beacon of hope in a troubled world. And Lady Justice, she holds a sword in one hand because she is a fighter. She is a warrior for the values and the principles that have made this nation great. She holds a scale in the other hand. And with that scale, she is saying to us, all of us are equal in the eyes of God, and so all of us must be equal in the eyes of the law and government, powerful and powerless alike. And she wears a blindfold. And with that blindfold, she is saying to us, in this great nation, in this, the 21st century, it must be true, it can be true, that it doesn't matter what you look like. It doesn't matter who you are. It does not matter your circumstances or where you start. Here in this nation, every American's life must be filled with the possibility from their God-given gifts, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you so very much, ladies and gentlemen. God bless you all.